Today I thought we'd go ahead and do a tour of the shop. I've been asked many times to do a video tour and show you guys what's here and what we do. And I've been putting it off because I didn't want to clean the shop up. But I figure it's not going to get any cleaner, and it is a working shop, so it's always going to be messed up to some degree, so I might as well just go ahead with it. And it's constantly changing here. We own the building free and clear. We've had it for 15 years, and it's been many things over the years. And even though it's a commercial building, right now it's a closed commercial building, and we're just doing our own thing. A lot of consulting goes on here, and repair and that sort of thing. And then, of course, we make videos too. So anyway, let's get on with the tour. Go ahead and lead the way, Shadow. Well, the first thing you see when you open the door is the lobby. This used to be the lobby for the computer repair as well as the photography shop, and we've converted it into this studio with our cameras, and this is where we do our still shots. If I take you over here, this is a green screen that we use, and we set up different things here. And right now I'm just storing my bikes and junk like that. There's a fog machine here. There's the old barrel. Some extra lights here. And a little monitor on a stand. Sometimes we use it for portable work. This tool chest has all our audio plugs and adapters in it. And we have miscellaneous mic stands and stuff like that. Up here is our ceiling rack system with our lights on it. And we have lights going both ways, and we can turn it on with just a flick of one button. The camera rig that we use is a Nikon SLR, and we have this Tascam recorder on there that we use better mics. We don't use the built-in mic, and so we use a couple channels on the Tascam. It's a really good unit. And then to power that, we use this battery, which is a pretty big USB battery that we keep in this bag. So overall it's a pretty good rig, but you don't want to haul it around because it is heavy. It's hard to set up. But you can see this tripod has wheels on it, so we can wheel it around. And we do have a monitor there when we do live presentations and stuff like that. We can use that monitor, and this is, you know, pretty much where we stand where we do videos. And you can see the mic hanging up over here. Back over here you can see there's a repair job for a monitor waiting, and I'll probably do that on camera. This is a monitor that we need. I just need to get busy with it. And then over here on the desk, here's some miscellaneous things that I either want to talk about or already talked about for the show. There's various things that companies sent me. Some old boards and odd things that I wanted to show. I was really into RC model cars for a while. That's just sitting there. Haven't put the Franken-Cube away yet for Halloween. And this computer here I use to do screenshots, and I have this Blue Yeti sitting here, and it records pretty well. So I'll sit here and do the screenshots, and the computer for that's right down there. Down here under here there's a battery backup, and there's actually a car battery in that box, and then it just runs to a regular UPS. This electronic sign here, we planned on putting messages on there of the names of new subscribers and then showing it as we do our videos, but we never got around to it. It's one of those things that waits. Up here I've got an old camera collection and miscellaneous other little gadgets that I like to keep and put them on that shelf. Most of it's from rummage sales. And there's another view of the lobby, or the Studio A, I call it. Yep. Pretty good space. Let's check out this room. Right behind this door is the audio room where we keep our audio equipment. Now, we built this room mainly so we can experiment with our musical instruments and sound. I have a personal fetish with sound, and I like to experiment. I've always played guitar. My dad showed me how when I was just a boy, and I've kept it. I've kept up with it, and I enjoy it. So that's one of my hobbies, is guitars, and you can see I've got quite a few guitars, and I enjoy them all. How many guys do you know that has an 8-track player that works? This was given to me by a friend of mine, and it works just fine. It's also got an FM radio. Actually, an 8-track player has 4 tracks, but when you count each track as stereo, that's your 4 times 2. Anyway, this mixing board here I picked up. I did a video on in the past, and I run everything through this mixing board that's in here. Now, I do have some floor amps here, like this one, a large guitar floor amp, and this smaller one here. But for vocals or my computer or the 8-track, any other sound equipment, I like to run it through here. And you can experiment because it has some FX channels that you can run special effects through, and panning, and you can change your levels and that sort of thing. So that's all fun. I haven't spent a lot of time in this room yet, but I hope to when I get a little bit more time. I've got everything here to have some fun with. This set of drums here, you know, it's a popular game, but I thought about converting these into a synthesizer type drum. Just something I haven't done yet, but sometime, perhaps. This switch on the wall is a 100 megabit switch, and so I've got a lot of internet power in this room. I used to have servers in here, and that's why I have that big switch on the wall, but yeah, we still use it. There's 2 giant Phoenix speakers. There's one here and there's one over there, and that's like our monitors that we listen to the music. They work pretty good. On this side of the room we have a Casio style keyboard that we play with, and I have a monitor up here with some wires hanging down, and a lot of times what we'll do is we'll put computers up here and work on them. The cables are all ready to go. The mouse, the keyboard, the monitor, all the necessary cables are just right there. So we usually just throw a computer up here and then work on it on this table. Back behind my door, this is my stash of disc archives, mostly CD and DVDs. They're just chilling there because I don't have anywhere else to put them. So that's pretty much this room, the music room or the sound room, and we plan on expanding this in the future and actually using this window. This window opens up and maybe put some more sound equipment on the other side. That way you could use this for like a recording booth, you know. So yeah, something we could do. Anyway, that's it for the sound room. Let's see what's behind this door. Behind this door is a dressing room, and when we did photography and we had models in here, they would need a place to get dressed, and this is where they would do it and apply makeup. And it's kind of just sitting here being used for the same thing. I'll come in here occasionally and put my microphone on, and if I do any kind of silly costume for something we're doing, I'll store it over here on the clothes rack. Check my hair. Just not really much of anything in here going on. There's a couch here you could lay down if you wanted to. And it's got some big mirrors. So it's not really being used for much, but we store our vacuum cleaner in here and throw other boxes in here. It's kind of a small room, so it's kind of limited, but who knows, maybe we'll convert it to an office or something in the future. Right now it's just a dressing room preserved in time. So traveling into this room, this is like the main room and the biggest room, and there's a lot of different things going on in here. And this room always looks different depending on what day you come here. We use it for a multitude of different things. You can see we've got a little exercise equipment here. This is all stuff that I've stacked up to sell, so that's what this corner is currently. And there's some more stuff over here to sell as well. And this is where we used to have a background set up, but we're going to probably make this into a kitchenette or something like that. We've got some photography stuff still here. There's a bunch of laptops under there. But it is nice having these benches, and we can do work on here. These boxes here are full of power supplies, so I got to figure out something to do with those. And we have columns and props and lights, so all this stuff has to go. But like I said, this is a really nice room for doing different things in here. It has very tall ceilings. You can see they go way up there. And I used to fly model airplanes, and I've got 3 remaining that are hanging up here, and they're actually flyable, and I just have them hung up there until I decide one day I want to fly or sell them. Over here we have a bunch of miscellaneous storage, is all this is, and then inside here we have a bunch of camera gear, expensive camera gear. And I think most of you have seen this little area over here. This is where I do my soldering. And this is where I sit right here. And I have things in these drawers. And I also have other things in these. There's a built-in light table and a printer. So this is a nice little area to sit. And I have my little computer. I can look up parts. And if I'm working with somebody, they can sit in here and we can talk back and forth. And there's more storage and printers up here. Over here on this rack we have our storage cases, like our travel cases. There's all kinds of different equipment in these cases, everything from camera to audio gear to repair gear, that sort of thing. This black thing right here is an audio cart, and it's on wheels, and it's real handy because we can push it around from room to room. Like if I need a CD player inside this room, I can just wheel it in there. Like an audio visual cart is what it is. That comes in real handy. And over here, we have this projector set up, this LCD projector. And we can sit on this comfy couch right here and watch movies up on this screen right here. We got a nice little pellet burner and stay warm. There's our 3D printer over there. We'll go over there and take a look. Most of the equipment in here is on wheels, so I can push it around real easily. Like I said before, this room changes all the time, so we're always moving things about. There's the 3D printer sitting on a heavy-duty cabinet. There's where Shadow eats during the day. And there's the accompanying computer here on this black thing that goes to the printer. This pellet stove has been a pretty good investment. It'll just sit there and burn, and I like the fire. It gives a nice warm feeling, and the light too. That's where all the work gets done right there. Over here we use these tables for various things. There's more storage sitting up here, a lot of our little props and stuff like that. Here's our little gaming machine that we built on one of the episodes. And there's stuff to light fires here, of course, for the fireplace, and part storage, upcoming electronic projects. There's some Arduino stuff sitting here that requires my attention, and power supplies, and there's part of my bobblehead collection. I try to collect these little solar bobbleheads, and if I need a lot of table space, a lot of times I'll sit here. And this is actually the other side of the recording studio. The sound room is in this room here, through that glass. And this is where I was thinking about making the little recording setup. You know, you could have people out here recording and then the instruments inside here. And I have a cutting board and extra camera gear. Over here, this is where I charge my cameras or whatever needs to be charged. I have a UPS system here that's always plugged in. And then in this bucket I have all my various cables that I'll use to charge different things. Little charging station. We used to run a couple servers in here full time. We had a FTP and a web server. And since we've taken them out, but we still have some of the equipment. And we store our various equipment on these racks, and they're also good just for shelving. And we have 2 of them. There's another one over there, and they're heavy duty. And they're also on wheels. And what we plan on doing is putting some decent stereo speakers on here so our movies will get better audio. Yep. So that's about it for this room. Like I said, depends on what day you come in here is what it looks like. It's always changing. If we need an area to do something, this is usually where we come because it's wide open and easily to move things around. So there it is, the great room. Inside this room, this is a little office that I use from time to time. I'll sit in here. Shadow likes to hang out under the desk in here a lot. And just a lot of miscellaneous things go on around here. Normally what I'll do is I'll do my bills and sit down and write checks and that sort of thing inside this room, or pay bills, you know. And it has a file cabinet, and it has a lot of our networking equipment sitting in here too. So yeah, it's just kind of a little office where we do bill paying mainly, is what it is. Not much here to see except nothing really. This is a gas car here. It's pretty fast. I need to get that out again. This is my first YouTube camera. It says HD, but it's not that good, trust me. There's a firefly in there, see him? Electronic one. Looks like he's dying. This shelf here is sitting in the hallway. It's been here forever, and it's held up many things over the years. Right now it's holding extra computer parts like laptop stuff and Ethernet parts, mice, keyboards, paperwork. It's kind of a catch-all table. Hey, it works though. Plus it holds up that lamp for the hallway here. Let's go in the back. So this room is kind of like the utility room in the very back of the building, and I've got a big bookcase here with a bunch of discs and stuff like that on here. I've got to get this machine out of here. This is an old film processor, and we used to eat our lunch back here. Now we don't do that much anymore, but you know, we keep our water and different supplies here. There's the vacuum former sitting there. And I started building the kitchen in here at one point, and then I decided I didn't want to do that, but we still use the microwave and fridge and stuff like that. Store stuff down in here, and we've got some things here in the cabinets, food that we eat. And over here is our little solar backup system. We have solar panels, a few on the outside, and it runs through these inverters, and there's big old batteries in this box here that vent. And they distribute out this panel here with our other utilities. And that door goes to the outside. So I'll give you a look around real quick. Sorry I haven't cleaned much up. There's still boxes in here for me moving all the other stuff out. But the only thing I haven't really showed you is, well, there's a couple, but back in here there's 2 bathrooms. There's a men's and a women's room. I won't bother showing you those because I don't feel like cleaning them. But yeah, there's 2 doors back there with restrooms. And most of you have seen this room. This is the CNC lab. Let's look inside here. So here's the CNC lab. We've got things going on. This room's probably been in more videos than any other. There's my stainless steel countertops. I have a laptop sitting up there on that shelf that I use quite a bit. And I keep my tape, my 2-sided tape up there. Extension cords and air hoses. There's some of my common tools that I use. Here's a guitar that I'm going to be building. And I like the stainless steel countertops. Those are nice. There's where I store all my bits for my router in there. Air compressor and fan. And this kitchen sink. This used to be a kitchen back in here at one time, and I tore everything out, but I left the sink and the cabinets. And I'm glad I did, because this is a good place to get coffee or rinse out the dog's bowl, that sort of thing. Got a little stereo system sitting up there that we play sometimes. Over here we've got little bandsaw and drill press. All my tools hanging up there. There's an old security camera monitor that we don't use anymore. And vacuum. There's another compressor. And the 2 CNC machines that I've showed tons. And then above it we have a couple shelves with necessities on it. And more tools on a pegboard. And I'm glad I did that. I really like those tools up there. So the only other room besides the bathroom that I haven't showed you is the editing room. And we'll go there now and wrap this up. Check out this shelf. It has just about every chemical and glue and paint known to man. I've been accumulating this stuff for a long time, and it's a handy shelf to have. Anyway, it's right beside our last room, and I've put information on our channel about this room. This is the video editing room. We have a monitor here, and we sit and watch the edited videos. And here's the editing. Let's look at that. So you can see the 2 video editing computers on the floor, and there's dual monitors. This computer was built with video editing in mind. You can see the microphone and the acoustic shield if you have to do like a voiceover, and a little workstation. So anyway, that's it for the tour, guys. Hope you liked it. Leave us a thumbs up. See you on the next one. Bye for now. Oh, check these little guys out. Little fighting robots. They got a little remote control. This to be B. Ready? Fight!